Hey guys, CL Cannon here of Fiction Atlas Author Services. It's Website Wednesday again. Every Wednesday, I'll be giving you tips on how to improve your author web presence. Today, I want to talk about Facebook launch parties. Why do you need a launch party? Launch parties can be a positive way to get your book or cause in front of readers. It's also an excellent way to network with other authors. What is a Facebook launch party and how do you set one up? A launch party is an online event that gathers attention to your new release or cause. In this case, the party is held in the form of an event on Facebook. The party can be centered around your newly released book, a cause you want to highlight, or even a general theme or holiday. To create the event, you'll need to go to the Facebook page that you wish to host the party with, and then go to the Events tab, and then Create New. Next, you'll want to name your event. This should be descriptive of the event, but not be too long or over-exaggerated. 3 to 6 words should do. For location, you can simply put Facebook, or even get creative and say something like, in your jammies, on your couch, or with an adult beverage. The date of the event should be scheduled next. I find that most launch parties are most active on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but if those days don't work for you, just schedule it at a convenient time and date. Your event can be a one-day event, or it can be drawn out over multiple days. That is entirely up to you. Next, you will need to pick a category. Books and literature usually are the best to choose here, unless you're doing a charity event. Then causes would be the best pick. You will next need to write a short description detailing what your event is about. Don't worry if you don't have a perfect description. You can always edit this later if the need arises. You can choose some simple keywords to describe your event in the next box. Books, authors, writers, or the subject of your book are all good choices. You don't need to fill in the ticket URL box unless you want to put in the link of your book or donation website if you're doing a charity event. For co-host, you can leave that blank until a little later when we talk about inviting authors to help. You want your posting permissions set to anyone can post, so that you do not have to approve every single post made by others. You can choose whether or not to display participating hosts on the event page next, and then we come to the final step, the cover image. The cover image for events recently changed to 500 by 260 pixels. It was much wider. The event cover photo should have some element of your book included. I like to use the cover image, usually in a 3D mock-up or incorporated into the image in an appealing way. Your image should be visually pleasing and it should not have too much text. The name of the event usually will suffice. If you are not artistically inclined and don't happen to know your way around Photoshop, there are several online photo editors you can try, such as PicMonkey, Canva, or my personal favorite, Photor. Once you have that uploaded, you can save the event. The next step will be inviting guests to the event with the Invite Friends feature and the Share This Event feature to the top right of the page. Then you'll want to invite other authors to attend and participate in the event. These are called author takeovers. A takeover is when an author posts exclusively for an allotted amount of time in the event. The guests then interact with the author during that time in the comments. The author can post teasers, giveaways, and information about their books. This is a great way for authors to get exposure, and it also keeps your guests entertained. To get your participating authors, you need to make a post in the event with the time slots available during the takeover. Be sure to schedule your own time for your event, and you may also want to schedule opening and closing times for the day. Authors can sign up for the event by commenting on the post with the time they want. Some event hosts prefer to schedule authors by linking a Google form in the event post so that authors can pick their scheduled times. I have just started using a great website called Calendly that I personally love for this purpose. It lets you collect information such as Facebook profile URL, email, and even custom questions. It integrates right into the Google Calendar and can send event reminders, plus many other useful functions. You will need to specify what time zone your event is being scheduled in, no matter what tool you choose to use for scheduling. This will help the authors make sure that they are available for the same time in their own time zone. Once you have all your author spots figured out, or at least set up to be signed up for, you need to move on to creating event graphics. Again, you can use the online photo editor if you don't use Photoshop. You will need a welcome and a thank you graphic for the event. These graphics should closely match up to the event graphic you made earlier. For the welcome graphic, you will want to customize each file with the name of the participating authors. Each author will get their own welcome graphic. Your thank you graphic can be used as a one-for-all generic image. Some options to get guests excited about your event are giveaways and contests. One great tool is a rafflecopter. Rafflecopters are a widget that you can put on your Facebook page, embed in your website, or even just link to in your event. They offer a prize or prizes that your guests can enter to win. To win these prizes, the guests must complete a few actions. These can include liking your Facebook page, following you on Twitter, subscribing to your mailing list, tweeting a message to their followers. The choice is really up to you. Every action the guest completes gets them more entries into the contest and gets you more likes, follows, subscribers, and reach for your event or book. A great way to fund enticing prizes for the Rafflecopter is to work together with other authors. What I like to do is ask for donations in exchange for including the other authors' links in the Rafflecopter. For example, if an author donates an ebook, they can have one of their social media links added to the action section of the Rafflecopter. This will help them get likes or followers, and it also helps gather a large amount of prizes for guests to win. I also do a $5 PayPal donation for any author who wants to contribute to the grand prize. Their donation buys them a top spot in the action section of the Rafflecopter, and they can send me a newsletter subscription link to gain more subscribers to their list. Doing this allows me to afford big prizes, like a Kindle Fire or a $50 Amazon gift card. These prizes are much more likely to draw in participants to the Rafflecopter, and my cost is still very low. If I recruit just 10 authors to donate $5, that covers either of those prizes. You can also hold an invite contest. Invite contests are a way to encourage guests to invite their friends to the event. You offer up a prize, such as a gift card or even a signed paperback or something of that nature, and then you create a poll in the event and instruct guests to vote for the person that invited them. The person with the most invites at the end of the event wins. Another great tool, especially for a new book release, is a proof of purchase contest. In this contest, you make a post in the event that instructs guests to post screenshots of their receipt after buying your book. You'll be giving away a gift card, a signed book, or any prize you wish to entice guests to buy your book. You'll be spending money to do this in most cases, but the return will usually be much greater than you actually spend. Guests will buy your book to get a shot at winning the prize. This will also help improve your sales ranking. The day before your event, you will need to do a few things. You will need to make sure that you have all your welcome and thank you graphics ready. You want to make sure that you have all the posts, games, and teasers ready for your own takeover hour. You'll want to contact the participating authors to make sure they can still attend and post during their spot. If anyone cannot make it, you will need to find a replacement. To contact all the authors, you can do so individually by message, or I quite like adding everyone to a group chat, and that comes in handy the next day at the event also. You will need to have some games and posts ready for the event in case an author is a no-show. Don't be discouraged. There's usually at least one no-show per event. Don't take it personally, but do remember to be more cautious of adding these same authors to your next event, especially if they do not get into contact with you before or not long after they miss their spot. On the day of the event, some authors like to start off with a live feed. These are a great way to get everyone pumped for the event. This is not a requirement, however. You may just want to do a little introduction post with info about buying your book or about the cause you're celebrating. Then you'll want to introduce your first author with a corresponding welcome graphic that you should have already pre-made. From there, the author will go ahead and post for the next hour or 30 minutes depending on how much time they are scheduled. One thing that you should do before it's time for your authors to post is to edit your event and add those authors as co-hosts. Doing this ensures that no posts get hung up waiting for approval. This often happens with any posts that contain links. If you don't want to give your author's co-host privileges, you'll be forced to approve nearly every post they make. If you decide to approve posts, make sure that you approve them as soon as possible, and if there are multiple posts to approve, go from the bottom to the top. There is nothing more annoying as a participating author, other than waiting for your post to be approved, than them being posted out of order. Most authors have a set order that their posts have been planned out in, and approving them out of order can reflect poorly on the author's organization. For example, it may look strange for a giveaway contest to be approved, then a teaser, and then finally their hello post. But seriously, just make them a co-host. It will make the event run much more smoothly for both you and the authors taking over. You can use the group chat you set up the day before to communicate with your authors. You can send a 5 or 10 minute warning for the author currently posting and the one that's up next. Your current author can let you know when their last post is up, and then you can post the generic goodbye post and introduce the next author. Then rinse and repeat for the rest of the day. Once your event is over, you need to close all the contests, announce the winners, and thank everyone for coming. You should also leave one last bit of information about your book, your social media sites, and where the guests can find you and your books. Well, that's it for this Wednesday. If you have a topic you would like me to talk about, you can send me an email with a subject Website Wednesday to info@fiction-atlas.com. As always, if you have any questions or comments about today's topic, you can leave those in the comments, PM me, or email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Don't forget to join me next week as I cover social media and when you as an author should start building your social media presence.